Hello and welcome to Politics Today on Channels Television. I'm Sheun Okinbaloye. It's not the best of time in Ekiti right now as the political atmosphere there is tense. Well, it all started last Monday during the proceeding of the case filed by a group called the E11 seeking the court to make the governor-elect Mr. Fawashi explain the circumstances surrounding his impeachment in 2006. Suspected thugs disrupted the sitting. 3 days later, it was the inaugural sitting of the election tribunal. This time, a judge was said to have been beaten in the court premises. That night, a leader of the transport union was killed. That was the beginning of the trouble and mayhem unleashed on the streets of the state. The governor has ordered that curfew be imposed from dusk to dawn. The question is, what is going to happen after all these? Because there are signals that these legal issues may not further take place in Ekiti State. Those are the signals we are getting right now. The curfew is imposed, and we understand now that some relative calm is returning to Ekiti State. Well, you will see certainly some very interesting events in the political scene in the coming days. Well, one of these was the official declaration of the interest to run on the platform of the APC by the former vice president Atiku Abubakar. In the week, he came out to launch his intention to the public. He's not new to the race, but for the APC, who are the other possible names that we might be seeing? Let's take a look at some of the guys that they have not come out to say they're running yet, but these are the possible names that you might be hearing and seeing. Well, he has declared his interest, talking about former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. The next person you're seeing in that picture is the Governor of Kano State, Rabiu Kwankwaso. And also, we're hearing about the former Governor of Kwara State, Bukola Saraki, that is also going to run at the party primaries. Another person, of course, that most people were talking about is a former presidential candidate of the defunct CPC, Buhari, Muhammadu Buhari. That's another person. And also is a publisher, Isaiah Indaisa. Those are some of the names that are coming up from the APC. But let's look at the PDP. It looks certain that the candidacy has been narrowed down to one person. The president, Goodluck Jonathan, has gotten the party's leadership nod to run for the 2015 presidential election, and it's going to be the sole flag bearer of the party. Well, that's according to the leadership of the party, from the BOT to the national, the NEC, and even the governors. All of them have come out to endorse him. Even the parliament, the legislators within the high-ranking organ of the party, all of them have come out to endorse him. And that is going to be a major issue we'll be talking about on the program tonight, the controversy that is trailing the endorsement of President Goodluck Jonathan as a sole candidate of the PDP. And I have a member of the Board of Trustees of the PDP who is going to be telling us the decision of the leadership of the party. A lot is happening in Abia State in Nigeria's southeast. Well, this time around we're talking about Abia State. You will forget that on the last time on the program, we brought a former governor of the state, Uzor Kalu, about the politics of the state, Abia State, and the developments there. He told us his intentions to run. A lot of things are happening, and a lot of people are talking about the zoning of the PDP in the state. A lot of questions have also risen about who is going to succeed the incumbent governor, Theodore Orji, and what is his future political ambition. And again, the questions are that based on what he has done, what is next for Abia State? Joining me on the program tonight is the Commissioner for Information in Abia State, Mr. Eze Chikamnayo. Thank you for joining us on the program.
Thank you.
Let me start by asking you, it's going to be a very, very big task for your principal, the governor, as an incumbent. I understand, of course, he's done his second term. What is his succession plan like?
Well, let me start by saying that it's not going to be a difficult task because His Excellency Governor Orji has done extremely well. He has been able to garner for himself, and not just himself, the People's Democratic Party, his party, a whole lot of goodwill. And his winnability is absolutely sure. There's no doubt about that. Abians are united around Governor Orji, and PDP is happy for it. So I don't think there's going to be any issue at all.
Your party, the PDP, has zoned to Abia Senatorial South now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what informed this zoning? And there's a lot of controversy as to that particular zoning.
There's no controversy whatsoever.
Really?
Abia is 3 zones. Abia North, Abia Central, Abia South. The former governor who was here last time to distort a lot of history is from Abia North. He did 8 years. The current governor, His Excellency Governor Orji, is from Abia Central. He's about concluding 8 years. So it's natural, it's just, it's fair that the next governor should come from the only senatorial zone that's never tested that office, that's Abia South. How can it be controversial? Truth, equity can never be controversial.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So what would you say is the next step for Governor Orji after leaving office?
The next step for him is where Abians want him to be. He is somebody who all his life has never exhibited the kind of ambition that you find in our climb. I hope you have a little inroad into the person of Governor Orji. He's a very, very, very humane, humble, and absolutely, easygoing gentleman. So the people of Abia State will determine his next step.
Easygoing that he may not run for office, I mean, for any position again?
Nothing is...
Easygoing that he might run? Which part of the easygoing?
There is going where the people want him to go. Abia people are united around.
We understand that he might be running for Senate.
I will be very, very glad if he will accept to run, because the pressure on him is absolutely is there. Everybody wants him to go, not just for the people of Abia Central where he comes from, but for the people of Abia State, for Ndibo. Governor Orji has metamorphosed into the uniting force of Abia politics. He is not just a governor now, he's a leader, and he is somebody who has become the conscience of the state. And in the wider Igbo nation, his credibility, his capacity, his integrity is speaking volumes. So it's difficult for us, all of us in Abia, to resist the temptation to pressure him to be at the Senate or elsewhere. But, it's still left for him. He is somebody who likes to take his time, pray over issues, plan, and then decide. Up till now, he tells us his major preoccupation is to make sure he completes his legacy projects, so many of them. And if you come to Abia today, you see him working day and night. You won't even know he's about completing.
Let's quickly talk about some of his plans, because he was a chief of staff to his predecessor. Is there any tendency that someone from the South Senatorial District, where your party is actually wanting to give the chance to run, is within his government?
No. As a matter of fact, His Excellency the Governor has never acted alone on issues like this. You ought to understand the Abia of today. Abia has moved forward. Abia has changed greatly. Governor Orji is somebody who believes in collaborative leadership. He believes in wide consultations. And that's why you see all the stakeholders in Abia, all the leaders of Abia are all on one page. So it's difficult for anybody to assume that, like what obtained in the past, that one individual will say that. No, Governor Orji consults. He's working with the party. The decision to zone to the south is that of the party. As the leader of the party, his duty is to provide a platform for consultations and for collaboration, so that at the end of it all, Abians will say, we did it. No single individual will take responsibility. No individual will take praise for what has happened. And this way, Governor Orji has really taken Abia to a new paradigm.
Interesting.